What's going on, guys? Big Mike, the 717 Outlaw, back with here. Sorry we haven't been doing as many uploads. Like I said, this Corona stuff really has things messed up with getting things coming in the mail, and just a whole bunch of other stuff. Trying to pick up odd and end jobs here and there to just make some extra cash to put towards the Busa and get ready for our race season. We were supposed to hit the track this coming weekend, or at least this past weekend. It's Wednesday now, and I guess some people got overwhelming phone call, or no, actually the track was supposed to open this coming weekend. I guess some people made phone calls and were saying that we should stay closed to prevent the spread of it, even though there were already regulations and stuff involved with keeping us all safe. The track official Mikey, or the track owner Mikey, he's really good with that. He wants to make sure that all of his racers are safe and taken care of, so he already had things prepped, but some people just wanted us to stay closed for a bit longer. So we're getting back into the mods soon. It would help too, because we still have to get time to tune the bike. And I have figured out that we're going to do tuning on 93 pump gas and MR12 VP race fuel. I was going to go with Sunoco. I talked with like 5 different shops about tuning for the Sunoco fuels versus VP, and everybody is dead set on VP. Sunoco, they said it's a lot more expensive, but it's worth the money when it comes to the power that you get. So we're going to stick with VP fuels, and we're hoping that once we get this piece that we're going to do today, well, 2 pieces that we're going to do today, and a tune, that will have the bike over 200 wheel horsepower, and it ought to be fun when Street Speed and some of the guys want to go out to Mexico and have a little bit of fun. The Busa will be a whole different bike once that happens. All right, guys, let's get into this and get installing. All right, guys, well, as you can see, we, of course, went with Dyno Jet for a new Power Commander system. Now, the Power Commander, the big benefit to running one of these is it is a ECU fuel injection module, which the nice thing about it is with Dyno Jets, you can tune 2 separate tunes, which is going to help us with running our 93 and our MR12 race fuel. But when you hook this up to your system, you can self-tune on your own laptop. You can modify it based on your exhaust. You can modify a lot of stuff, really, just to free up the bike. But the big reason, too, why we're just going to hook this up and then have it professionally tuned is because the bike needs the ECU flashed. I cannot do that at home. I don't know how to. But tuning this kind of stuff, they have a lot of walkthrough steps on how to do it. So we're going to go ahead and get into the wiring and making sure that everything is good to go. I'm surprised I don't have a sticker. Stickers add horsepower, people. Come on. Now, the second part that we got from Schnitz Racing is our dual map switch. So pretty much what this allows you to do is wire this into the Power Commander 5 system. This can go as well with a Power Commander 3, but you need to have a piece to the wiring harness that the Power 3 doesn't have. But this one here should wire directly into the Power Commander 5. So what this does is it's just a switch that we can mount anywhere on the bike that's easily accessible for me. If not, I can even put it in the tail and just flip it when I get the chance. But all this does is flip it one way, my 93 tune, flip it the other way, and I'm on my MR12. And that just makes it a lot easier. That way you don't have to plug in the computer, go in the computer, change the settings, basically resave it to the ECU, and then it switches the fuel. This here, I can save both onto the Power Commander 5 and then just flip between the two. And yeah, and this is, of course, by Schnitz Racing. If anybody from Schnitz sees this, I order enough stuff from you guys. Phenomenal company, great customer service, and of course, they've been in the business for a while, so they have their own parts, so that way you don't have to spend the big dollars on all of the name brand stuff. They have stuff to get you through whatever you need to do. And just like this map switch, I could have ordered one through Dyno Jet, probably would have cost me triple what this one did just to do the same job. But let's get into this and get the bike wired up. Alright guys, well we have our new Power Commander 5 all wired up. Wiring harness is pretty easy. They tell you to run it on the left side of the bike just because the way the harness goes is it splits off for each individual injector as you go. So the furthest plug to you is going to be for cylinder 1, then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, then your throttle position sensor, which like I said, not that hard. This is a pretty easy plug and play assembly. Nothing too crazy, so just buttoned up the wires, kind of got everything to route the way that it needs to. And then of course the last feature that we had was I ordered this dual map switch. So now that this is hidden, it's going to be right on the edge of the tank. It's out of the way for me to hit it. It's not in where my throttle is. I wanted to put it up here, but when you turn these bikes really sharp, the levers actually do get very close, and I just don't want to snap this little piece off. So we have it here. We ran everything back to the tail, of course, and wired it right into our Power Commander. So now with that, now that we have the map switch, we can switch between our 93 tune and our MR12 tune on the fly. And once we can do that, it'll make the bike a whole lot easier to run, because I can go to the track on the weekend, flip it to my MR12 setting, run it, or if we're at Mexico, I can run MR12 if I want, depending on what kind of fuel economy I get, of course. But go ahead, run that. If I need to put the opposite fuel in, once the tank is empty, dump the appropriate fuel, flip it to that setting. There we go. The bike's already tuned and ready to go for that setting. And yeah, so the next thing on the list is the new air filter is coming. I'm not going to do an install on that because it's really simple. You just lift up the tank, flip the top of the airbox, take the screws out of the top of the airbox, put the new filter in. That's about it. But once we get that done, she'll be ready to get tuned. We do have 10 gallons of MR12 that's going to be on hold for us over at Carnes Performance. And once we have that, the bike's ready to get tuned. So once we get that done, Jason over at Carnes is going to go ahead and tune this, and we are still hoping for that 200 horsepower number. I've seen Brock's Performance, just their exhaust and a tune alone, on stock filter and pretty much everything else stock, these bikes are able to get mid 190s on 93 pump gas. So we're hoping that MR12 is that extra bit to pop us over the 200 mark. I'd love to see 210 to 220. Don't know if it's going to make that big of a difference, but still, over 200 horsepower is going to be a dream of difference, or world of difference on this bike, because these bikes only put down around 165 horsepower stock. So if we add 50 horsepower to this bike, it's going to be insanely fast. And even for taking some weight off, we took a few pounds off and we took the exhaust and cats off and put this new single exit on. So once that's ready to go and get tuned, the bike will be ready to hit the strip and go ahead and hit the streets of Mexico. Alright guys, as always, hope you like the video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. You want to know anything more about where I bought my parts, what kind of parts I put into this bike, and just a few tips and tricks on what to do for your bike, feel free to drop those comments down below. As always, don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell next to that for notifications on the newest videos that will be coming out. And I'll see you guys on the next level. Remember, ride safe, ride smart, always wear a helmet. See ya.